Rick, what did your film watch today reveal about what made that zone they were in so difficult for you guys?
We didn't do a good job attacking it. We obviously worked on it today, and we'll work on it some tomorrow, and we got to do better.
When they're face guarding Ty like that, what can you guys do to get him either going with the ball or make him more of a weapon away from the play?
We got to get on the wall. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do, but we got to do better. And you know, part of it is, you know, he's got to be in the fight too.
You talk a lot about, you know, you've gone against zones this year. You've had success against a lot of them. Just what makes a 3-2 a different challenge? Which is obviously dealing with more length up top. Like how does seeing a 3-2 versus a 2-3 change what you're dealing with and create a different challenge?
Yeah, it's a different look. They got bigger guys at the top. We just got to attack it better.
Have you guys faced a defense like this against Haliburton before in the past, or is this just because of playoff? But just more noticeable?
Yeah, we've seen everything with him. I mean, the last 3 years, really more the last 2 years as we've gotten better. But we've got to respond.
On the flip side of that, back-to-back 40-point games for Mitchell. Is that an area where you look to throw more guys at him? Obviously, it creates other openings potentially. Like, is that something you just have to live with, or?
Everything's on the table. You know, living with consecutive 40-point games is not something we're looking to do. So we've had multiple guys guard him. We'll continue to do that. He's a great player. We got to make it hard on him.
How do you guys get Pascal more involved? Is getting Pascal more involved, or thinking there's a shot necessarily a priority? Just low scoring game the last 2 games for him.
Getting stops and rebounds would be a big help for our entire offense. The rebound margin, the points off turnovers, was like 31-9. 18 offensive rebounds is 18 opportunities for us to rebound the ball and get in transition. And so, you know, credit them. They're attacking the offensive boards, but we've got to do a better job of blockouts and retrieving the ball. Pretty simple.
Playoff losses, the word's not easier, but because you've been in this so long, you kind of automatically kind of know what you're looking for when you start looking at the whys of a game.
Listen, I mean, we just watched the film, and one of the things I said to the guys is, you know, this situation is hard. This situation is hard. This situation is hard. That's why they're not pulling people off the street to play and coach in the second round of the NBA playoffs. So, you know, hard things are hard, and so we've got to rise to a lot of these challenges. It's not easy. I mean, you won't play this time of year. You got to be ready for some difficult times. And so, you know, we've got to bounce back the right way. We got to have the right mindset, and we've got to have the right attitude.
Hi there, face guarding you off ball, on ball so far from the basket. I know you've dealt with it a lot, but what uniquely about last night made it so challenging for you?
Yeah, it's just an interesting challenge. You know, just learn how to, counter that. I got to do a better job of keeping myself involved as a screener. Creating chaos, creating movement myself. I think I'm getting the habit of just standing right now, which doesn't help anybody. Plays into what they want. So I got to do a better job screening off the ball, moving without the ball, because they're not helping, and I think I can get other guys open. So watching film, in the last 12 hours, whatever the case may be, I'm seeing a lot, and just figuring out how to counter it the right way.
3-2 similarly unique. I know nothing new to you guys besides maybe Mobley wrecking stuff at the top. Do you think it just took you guys out of your game? Why was it so challenging to break through that?
It's dynamic, right? A lot of teams don't play it 3-2 and they don't play with a 7-footer at the top, so we just got to figure out how to go at it. We walked over some stuff and we saw some stuff through the course of the game that we feel comfortable with, but it's just to slow us down. That's what zones are, to slow us down. Did a good job of that, but we see a lot of opportunities for us to attack it, so just got to take advantage of those and just be better over the course of 48 minutes because we know we're going to see it. We're going to see, that's their recipe, that's the winning formula after the winning last night. So we know what we're going to see from them defensively, so just got to counter it the right way.
Just 4 points. That was your first home playoff loss. How are you feeling after a night like that?
Sun came up this morning. It's unfortunate. Didn't have a very good performance last night, but it's more film for me to look at, more stuff for me to figure out, and it's all part of the process. So understand it's not what I want to see for myself, not what I'm sure anybody wants to see from me. But I'll take it on chin. I'll be better next time.
How much does Mobley just change the game being out there? You just seems like a couple of cases when you really did get downhill. You met him on the way.
Yeah.
He was able to get stuff that not too many. How does his presence out there change what you were able to do and kind of change your approach?
Oh, well, I didn't change my approach. I think he's a good defender. Made some plays. Kudos to him. I think he's a good defender, but I think there's still areas for me to be better, that aren't revolving around Evan Mobley. So, I just got to find my openings and just play that way.
How's your wrist feeling?
It's okay.
There was one play where there was a jump ball, and you guys, I think it was big versus small, so you guys were going to win, but Max lined up right next to you. Have you ever been almost face guarded on a jump ball like that before?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times, and he knows what he's doing. He's doing what he's told. A lot of gimmicks and all that stuff, but it's just part of it. It's got to kind of go away.
You guys even just kind of gave Cap a lot of respect to your former team. And Rick Wilson kind of saying that one almost feel like they expected them to sort of throw a counter punch like this, and now having that information, how do you sort of take it into a mindset in the game before, how do you just adjust to it?
Yeah, we talked about it, right? I told you guys after both game 1 and game 2, they're going to respond, and in game 2, they threw a big punch, we just weathered the storm. Game 3, threw a big punch, start the game, we weathered it in the first quarter, just weren't able to do it through the rest of the game. But this is a team who hasn't lost a ton. They haven't lost 2 games in a row, let alone 3 games in a row in a long time. So, we knew they respond. They had a great performance. But we're still in a good spot. If I would have told you a week ago we'd be up 2-1 with a game at home, you would like where we are. So we understand there's areas for us to improve, and I'm sure they feel the same way. But I look forward to tomorrow. It's going to be a good game, and this is a great team. And I think as a competitor, you want to play against the best, and this is the best team in our conference. And we knew they were going to respond the right way, and they did. And so now it's on us to respond the right way.
So we obviously almost always hear from you afterwards, whether it's win versus loss, whatever. I guess why not last night? And did anything about last night make it tougher to do?
No, I talk to y'all almost after every game. If I'm not made available, it's not always my decision. So I can't control it. You're talking to me now, so
sure.
Any question you have about the game last night, you can ask me right now. Just was not made available last night, and I'm sure people wanted to hear what I had to say after last night's game, but I'm here right now to talk to you. So if you want to ask me, more than welcome. More than welcome to. I don't run away from any questions. I've went through harder times than last night, so whatever you have to ask, I'll be there. If there's commentary around, what if me not talking last night, people are more than allowed to come and approach me and have a conversation with me about it. But can't control everything. But again, I don't run from anything. If you've got questions to ask me,